The overall standings, they're in an okay spot because they're major performance.
Yeah, I mean, this is the 5th and the 6th seed, right?
Which is wild,
the
right?
top 4 has been as dominant as it has been. It opens things up in the middle of the pack, and that's where these guys are at, right? You had the 4th place for Minnesota Rocker, there, which sets them up, and then you finish top 6. So, yeah, you're not in a horrible spot. As bad as it has been, if you look at the overall standings, they are very much in the mix.
Well, and the difference between these two teams right now, like if you're Rocker, you're 0-5. Your chance of getting a top 8 berth here in a winner's bracket, it's not happening. But for Seattle, you still have a shot.
They do. They're 1-3. They have 3 matches left, and I think they're 3 matches that could be winnable, right? So we'll see what happens if they continue to improve coming off a victory and a nice start here, already controlling this P2 rotation set up on P1 as well.
Yeah, and how often do we see on this particular map? You're likely going to come out to a big lead. You can get things rolling. But usually, you know, you'd like to get a little time at P1. If you're going to lose the P2, this has been perfect. Not a single point on the board for Rocker, but
yeah, 1 kill.
We've seen teams swing back into this.
No, 100%. Yeah, no doubt about it. This is not over by any means. We're still on the first hill. But yeah, you had 1 kill. Now the second coming in from Awakening. So a very strong start for Seattle Surge. You got 2 players still alive on some sprees. Is Brezzy going to look for that 6th in a row, but he's hanging out on the hill. Yeah,
I mean, that's what you're kind of trying to avoid with this, right? It's like, don't give up a lot of streaks. We know we might go in like a 90 to 100 point hole. We're going to have to rip it back. You're strong on the weak. They're strong on the weak side. You know it's going to be difficult, but you don't want to be this clean. Seattle have been perfect pretty much so far. We'll see if Abuza can get a streak as well. Him and Brezzy yet to die. 10-0 start.
Yeah, Crew's in, so you have that to work with. This is perfect for Seattle Surge. Some pressure maybe coming now. 3 dead. Brezzy with a pistol.
Okay,
he's
why not?
out of ammo. He's just trying to trade with the Renetti, able to hit some long-distance shots. Buys enough time for Hoot to help him out. But he's 7-0, and he's going to go for another kill. He's going hunting out of the hill. There's number 8.
The Renetti is hitting right now. Brezzy putting on a clinic.
Found some ammo, too.
A show here early, yeah. Now a little bit of ammo to help. Now this is where, if you're Rocker, you probably have got to make a bit of a statement. You need to have something happen here at P3, but all the mid-map control in the world is over to Seattle Surge. They talked about some of the hot starts you've had for Rocker, how they come out swinging. Accuracy's 0-7. Everyone's basically doubled or triple negative. Now P3 is set up and looking perfect Seattle Surge. This is getting problematic quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 102-point lead. You have P3 control. Some nice kills come in, and now you're going to take your time if you're Rocker. And here we go. Break opportunity is in at this P3. Brezzy, heads up play, just going to back down, trying to wait for his teammates. But he gets stunned up, so he has not regen health. And there's 5 in a row quickly for Linz, trying to bring his team back.
Yeah, you had to get in. Hopefully get some time there. You can't just get basically nothing through the opening 3 hard points and really expect to get going. But now you get something. The other end of it, though, as we get ready for P4, Abuza has been able to take out 2. Linz does earn the streak. I think it was 6 in a row before he dropped. Accuracy's finally getting some kills. And Lamar, you know, yes, he's had games over the years where he gets put in the blender, but he's been pretty rock solid throughout this title, expected to pick it up.
No, absolutely. He has been, yeah, fantastic. Very consistent for this Minnesota Rocker team. It just, at times, has to turn into victories. But here we go. He's going to try to work the back of this P4. Just wait for his teammates off a spawn as they get cut down with this MCW. But Abuza and Arcees will deal with him. So Seattle Surge, they're just playing a different game right now, it feels like. Yes, everyone is beaming. Rocker getting cut down.
And I think we saw some tweets from Arcees like after they got their win, like, listen, we're not as bad as this has looked. Online's tough from where we're playing from, which, you know, that can be a thing. Where are they, Vancouver or something? Yeah, it can be difficult. Maybe the confidence is starting to get there. You got 1 map win under your belt. You're starting to flow a bit. The boys are frying right now. The lead over 100. Let's go to listen in with Seattle Surge.
Nice. One go in.
He's blocking guards, they're gonna be spawning ticket. It's garage, wait.
Oh, play on left. I'm gonna streak. Dead in all, guys. I'm gonna streak, watch my bottom. Watch my bottom, okay?
Yo, bottom.
Yo, one time, bottom P2, and then ticket. One time.
Garage, guys.
Nice. I don't see the gun time. Good time. He's ticket, guys. Ticket.
I spawned blue door.
Yeah, I was running a blue door.
They stun blue doors. They're over here.
Go in the corner. He's stuck in the corner.
Yo, deep left ticket, we're good.
Watch out in the corner. Blue crate.
Deep
left, all dead.
I spawned blue doors again.
In the corner still.
We spawned blue doors.
Red crate is weak. Yeah. You can even set him, you guys. Go it, Lin, go
Yo,
it.
make sure we block blue door.
Yeah.
No, I'm blue door.
Two in all, guys. Two in all. One more blue crate and one garage.
Yo, watch your front gaze. I'm blocking blue door, okay?
Yo, take it. Yo,
block blue door.
Yo, already.
Block blue door,
Okay.
please.
Mid-life, nice.
Lens is
Block
on
blue door.
hold.
One in here.
Oh, someone block blue door and then
Step
blue door.
one shot. Alana, you can tell him, guys.
Block blue door, please. I have to get
Yeah,
them,
I'm
guys.
He's in nuke. He's in nuke.
Yeah, he's in
I got
here.
you.
Holy speed, nice.
Raj, waking.
They close to each other, guys.
I got one blue.
That's it.
Raj.
Let
Hit your mid steps. I
Push
think he's
it,
gonna hit lobby. One more on my lobby.
Top green.
I get them.
He's weak, top green. Top green on the left corner, guys.
Yeah, one.
One blue doors. Lamar time.
Yeah, make sure.
Lama on me.
Got my pin.
Lama on me.
Lamar weak.
I'll go left.
One HP, two on time.
Well, a bit of a surge there from Rocker for a moment. You know, you don't hit anything with the streak. Things get a little bit scary there for Surge. It's still a close game.
Yeah, but you can already see they're focused on P2, but Surge is just going to take this time. It's sort of either way, right? You either allow them to rotate to P2 and then just hit all this P1 time, or you're the team that is rotating to P2 early, but it's kind of flipped on its head. Rocker going to get this scrap time with 20 seconds left. Now you're hoping your teammates can lock this down. It's down to Big Wake. He's able to find one. As Hook and Brezzy trying to get pushed up and Wake doing his job and more. Vivid is now here. This is how Rocker gets back into the game.
Yeah, I thought things fell apart for a second with the player inside a second die, but Big Wake goes big. Vivid gets there for the help. You're spawning out real deep if you're Seattle Surge. And now you have to give him a dose of your own medicine, right? Like, it's a hot start from Surge. You've got the good spawns. You dominate. You get in a flow. Now is your chance. You got to strike if you're Rocker.
Yeah, now Linz has a cruise to work with to... that's more help, right? He's been hanging on to that since the last time we were at P3, but very much back in the game. Could feel the momentum start to shift towards that P5, and Linz, he's going to use a cruise just to secure the rest of this time. Don't hate it, right? Just make sure we're finding these 30 seconds, not let Surge break on through. And now we got ourselves a game.
Well, and this is why I sort of started talking about this early in this map. Skid Row, probably the biggest map you'll see these crazy swings. It just happens all the time. These massive leads that disappear. You see a team getting throttled, suddenly they heat up. It's 5 in a row, make it 6, and another cruise to work with if you are Minnesota Rocker. And suddenly, what was once a 120-point advantage is a thing of the distant past. You are right back into this. Rocker needed to swing. They did.
And now 2 players do go down, so Surge are going to be here for the break attempt. Accuracy, trying to lock things down, able to find the first, but the rivals get pushed up from Seattle Surge. So nice break, much needed from Seattle Surge to kind of slow down that momentum, and now you kind of force this out. So this is that's a big break, because if they have this maybe for the P5, maybe your Rocker win this game. Instead, you put them in that position, and then you get 2 kills afterwards. So Seattle Surge, they have regained.
I swear, this map is all just about the ability to regain. Like, you are just tested mentally. You get put into the blender. It's your ability to bounce back out of it. And it changes who that story is about multiple times over the course of the map. Yeah, Seattle, that then had to do it, kind of slow the bleeding. And they've been able to do that 5 in a row for Brezzy, who started out, 7-0 in this game, got the streak early. Didn't get much with the first. We'll see if maybe he can earn a second and he can do something behind, but basically a tie game.
Yeah, they would love to have that for P5, whether to break it or to hold on to it. Well, he's going to get it. So heads up play from Brezzy, finds his second streak of the game. He's at 20-9. One of the best performances we've seen so far from him. And now Minnesota Rocker, they're going to have to send a lot at this to try to break this P4 as Abuza locks it down with the MCW, but Vivid just flies on through. Hook was just worried about a little bit too much on the stairs. Then Awakening gets 4 in a row off spawn. So Big Wake with another multi-kill, which leads to the break. But with 29 seconds left, Surge are probably thinking, let's just rotate, set up here for P5.
Yeah, Wake's had a couple big moments for sure. Just talking about the individual ability he's got.
He now get a streak.
That's 5 in a row, and yes, a chance for a streak now for him. But when we get ready to head over to P5, you see sitting over there early at number 6 in Abuza. You want that one back. Not able to get it.
Yeah, you'd love to have that. I mean, it would at least force Brezzy to have to use his cruise missile right away. Maybe to respond over towards his P5, but maybe they don't need the cruise to go down. Brezzy, he might be thinking about using the cruise, but he's just going to stay alive in the corner. And well, he's going to find 2. They don't check it. He's going to find all 3. Brezzy with some big plays.
Yeah, he's had a map already. Now a huge individual moment late into this game at P5. You got 40 seconds remaining on the point. 30 needed for the win for Seattle, 20 for Minnesota Rocker, and now the streak in as Abuza lines up 2. looking like you can get a great use here, at least get some information, set your players up. You're able to take out accuracy. Now 15 to go. Abuza still lining him up as he's on 3 in a row. Brezzy right there with them. Alec threw on the feed as well, and everybody is dropping. Just laid out is Minnesota Rocker. Nobody close. Map done. Seattle punch first.
Well, that was a bit of a battle.
Yeah. I mean, it sort of played like I expected to some degree. Like how many times have you and I casted this team goes up 100, you bring it back? It's just the nature sort of the good spawn in those first couple of hard points, but you survive the blow if you're Rocker. You make the swing then if you're Rocker, you make the play, and then it's sort of the test of resilience for Seattle Surge, and they stop the bleeding, they respond. Brezzy with some big moments down the stretch.
Yeah, and we'll look at the scoreboard, but everybody kind of pops off. 20-plus kills on the side. All the damage is right there for Seattle Surge. They were just seemed a little bit more locked in. We heard in the listening, there was some urgency there, right? Especially from Hoot, not always the most vocal guy. But yeah, everyone contributing. Brezzy, though, with 2 streaks, that helps them out. On the other side for Rocker and Linz, 2,700 damage, not what you see. Awakening got going. Just a little too late.
Yeah, I gotta think Seattle are maybe playing with a little more fire because that winner's bracket's still can reach. I think when you're Rocker, you know it's out of reach. Like, not saying they're not trying to win. Obviously they are, but it's like it's got to be a blow to your mental knowing they can't pull off that miracle that they did in qualifier 1 when they won 3 in a row.
I think they just probably want to win.
Yeah, no, they do. They do. It's been 4 Game 5 losses. Yes, it's been terrible, but I don't know, when you know that like goals and reach still, if you're Seattle, like as bad as it's been, like we could still get a winner's bracket berth.
Yeah, no, little extra motivation, but here's the game flow, and you kind of saw the second P1 and P2 is where things got interesting. I think the big play was Seattle's break on the P3. After Vivid got that streak that forced that missile out, he misses. Well, they all are able to stay safe from it, and then they just kind of pop it out and find all the kills, Seattle Surge, to regain the lead. But it was just so one-sided to start. It was tough for Rocker to get back into it.
And then, yeah, when you have the missile, if you're Brezzy at the P5, you have the early rotation, so you don't have to use it. You're thinking, they have that as a bailout, but then what? He pops off, he takes out 3 in a late P5. Ends up kind of being the ice there to get that win. And I mean, this has just been the tale of Rocker. Just whether it's frustrating map losses, frustrating series losses, just some close ones where, I mean, there's some searches where like they didn't have a chance, they kind of got blown out, but like most of the respawns, like there's an opportunity, bro. But that's that moment, yeah.
Yeah, maybe you feel a little bit better about this one in the situation you were in. But yeah, still a frustrating one, especially that was Seattle Surge's first Skid Row win of the year. So they were 0-5 coming into this one. Now 1-5, so big ups to them. And now we go to an invasion where it's the opposite. They are 4-0 Seattle Surge on the year. So they're going to feel better, a little bit more comfortable on this map.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that early on, it was just the Surge that was carrying them through. When you talk about their ability, kind of how they've been Rocker. Well, Rocker got 4th. You got top 6 if you were Seattle Surge the first major. For Seattle Surge, it was definitely through the Search and Destroy. That's where they were upsetting people. That's where the shocks were coming from. Obviously, some team changes go down, but you're still going to be a threat there. And yeah, bodes pretty well that you're undefeated there. Now this series, after you win the map 1, it kind of flips it on its head, right? When you see how good they are in Invasion, good chance for a 2-0 edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, listen, obviously, with Illy and everything happening, it's been about we were good at Search. They're still pretty solid. They've been 2-2 with Brezzy. Some of their losses are to 2 of the better Search teams in the league. I think Toronto and New York. So, like, that's going to happen, right? Yeah. You're playing those top teams. That's going to drop down a little bit. Now, can they keep that Search game up in a match like this?
Yeah, we'll see if they'll be able to do it. Because, like, Rocker's been all right. It's just really the Game 5s have been biting them. Like, those are the ones where it's been so tough. They've had their opportunities in Game 2s. They've got their wins in Game 2s, but the Game 5 has just been
you're
so tough.
You're 2-9 your last 30 days in clutch maps. Like, sort of tight situations.
And that's like, you mean just their chance to get that third. Like, their third map, I assume that's for. So 2-9 whenever they have a chance to close out the series. Yeah, it's not good.
Well, no, just sort of close games in general.
Oh, I was thinking
over the last 30 days.
I was thinking more of like that map where you have a chance to win the series. You more just close maps. Got it.
Close maps. So now it's clutch now it's 2-10.
Yeah.
It's just been a tough last couple of weeks.
And it is interesting, that struggles come when you have, you think like the Clutch Man and the Ice Man, but let's take a look at the team that got the map 1 victory. We're looking at Abuza and Brezzy. KD's off the charts here early.
Yeah, I mean, Abuza, he's been standout. Him and RC's in Search and Destroy have kept up that Seattle Surge sort of gameplay that we see in S&D. So 2.25 versus LAG. They're able to get that 3-0. A big bounce back win for them after some tough losses, bringing Brezzy in. But yeah, I mean, this sort of duo. And then you have Lens on the other side, who they've teamed with before.
True.
Right, last year. I mean, these two building that chem, getting better and better.
Yeah, I think if you were a fan, you were a little worried at first. I mean, it didn't start great, right? It looked a little scary, but it can be difficult. You know, sometimes I feel like teams, when they have like a one-man change, I think when you're doing well, if it's like a one-person change, like it kind of might keep rolling, but a little more significant when you're kind of down the dumps and everything's going wrong. You got some things to figure out. As we get ready for the S&D, though, we're going to take a look at kind of the Team v Team S&D stats as we get ready for map 2.
Yeah, and here you can see Major II Qualifiers, 2-2. Ranking second right there for Seattle Surge. On the other side, yeah, big focal point for Minnesota Riot, 2-7. Yeah, this is just kind of how it's been for Minnesota Rocket. Their best game mode has been controlled throughout the Major II Qualifiers, but you got 9 maps. That is a lot. I mean, we're talking, again, 4 game 5s.
Yeah, so you're like 2 and 3. It's like your game 2s, it's like, all right, I guess. It's just those game 5s. Not all right. I mean, 2 and 3 is not great, but it looks a lot worse because the game 5 losses. Now you go to Seattle, one of their bread and butters when you talk about the Search and Destroy. A chance to take a 2-0 edge. Well, and a chance for Rocker maybe to push for another map 5. Anything seems possible, but Invasion S&D, you see the overall on the year. 2 and 5 there. For Rocker, 4-0 for Seattle Surge. Into the fray we go.
Well, I think what really stood out in that graphic is your opening duel percentage for Rocker. You're 3rd in the league, but sitting at 2 and 5. So see what they do with these first bloods when they have man advantage.
Yeah, no, definitely something to pay attention to. Last time we cast them here, remember there was a couple times you were a little frustrated with like Lens. I think there were like 2 rounds where it was like a 3v2 and he kind of got caught in a position he didn't need to. Like we've seen that quite a bit, just us casting them. Like,
oh yeah, they
have numbers,
set up like Palace. It was weird.
Yeah, a couple moments. So we'll definitely keep our eye on that and see if they've worked on things at all. Drop shot trying to go through. Big Wake's gonna win it through his. Headshots come in. Brezzy is gone. Bomb is planted, and you get the first blood, and then into a 3 versus 3. So that man advantage has disappeared for Rocker, but can you close out the round? Holding off the retake, you push it forward, you send it, you catch a good timing there if you're Lens. Last person up is RC, who tries to catch him quickly. Nice finesse there from Lens. A lot of work to do if you're RC, some quality beams there.
Yeah, and I like that from Lens. He's got the rival in that spot, right? So, I mean, you're not going to do much sitting back tractor. You put some shots in, but what he does is he tries to catch a timing where he knows he got to come out of ice cream, so he's just going to push forward. And, well, the timing goes his way. The other 2 players were worried about Hook on the flank. Who was able to find Vivid. Just didn't know it's going to go through street towards dark, so as soon as they pick that up, Lens is able to find another one. Again, opening duel percentage, awakening with that first blood.
Yeah, it disappears quickly, that advantage, but you're still able to get the round victory, and that's where they've struggled, getting the round victory after the first blood. So solid job there so far. Now we'll see if Rocker can get it done on defense as well. The offensive push starting to mount here for Seattle Surge. See if who can hit with the nade.
So they have an idea. Vivid's here.
Yeah.
So both the nades, one goes high, one goes low. Vivid, though, still alive, regens. Well, he's just going to hope his teammates watch that cross, because that's accuracy, locking that down. So Surge, don't make a play off the nade hitting, but it looks like they're going to try to attack Awakening.
Yeah, a little shoulder thrown from Hook, but then all the time goes by, you get a little help here for Big Wake. Arcity, I thought maybe a dead slide, and he wasn't going to get across, but he's able to do that. Abusa then with the chow. Awakening will drop. You see how tough it is from the mid-tank sometimes, depending where your help is. He's trying to watch every single angle. Eventually falls. Now accuracy cuts between 2, at least able to get through on 1.
That's a nice timing by accuracy. He just worked up to B Street.
That was horrible at first. And then
yeah, it could have been if that player beat just sort of doesn't move, but they do. Now Vivid on the pinch, and there we go. Rocker up 2-0.
Because he had a player right on his left when he first hit her. Okay. At first, I looked at the minimap. I'm like, was I seeing things? But yeah, no, he cuts right through. Perfect timing. Thinks he gets a second after that. We'll see the final kill again from Vivid. So far, so good for Rocker. And I mean, it's why, listen, they've gone to so many map 5s because they can be competitive. It seems like any map, any mode, they've got a shot. They'll keep things close. So even though Seattle's 4-0, don't be shocked if you come out here and get a dub if you're Rocker. Accuracy started, what, 0-7, 0-8 map 1, 5-0 here in Search. He might have more kills in this Search than he did the Hardpoint. What do you have? It was like 12 or 15.
Yeah, he started to get down a little bit, but
did,
yeah, no, a much better start here for Accuracy in Minnesota Rocker. Is in a slower round. Only one player over towards this B site in Arcides. He's just kind of hanging out, but a lot of point of contention when it comes to invasion, right around that sort of mid-tank area. Watching that pinch. Don't want Hoot to hit it too quickly, so he's just gonna play mid-tank. Yeah, very slow round here.
Yeah, now that the guy that's usually gonna be important in this scenario, eventually is gonna be Arcides. On that B site. Playing from the tractor. What info can he get? When does the help come through? But all the fights start going down towards mid-map. You get a recoup bomb, and you're able to do that. And we'll see. Maybe they're actually end up playing this for A. You know, I thought, dude, accuracy's position. Eventually, this is working B. But it looks like now off of that kill, this is definitely going back towards A. Awakening able to get Hook through on the cross. Accuracy still lurking, so he might catch Arcees on the rotation. And that's it. Okay, he's able to finish the kill finally. Abuza gets one, though. Bomb.
Not planted.
He hopped off it.
Yeah, he hopped off of it.
You only got 11 seconds to go.
Abuza very weak, but he's going to regen. Nice shots on Accuracy. The bomb's being planted, though. Vivid trusts his teammate. Now looking over, but it hits the headshots. Beams Vivid.
Abuza, just enough damage to keep Accuracy kind of out of the equation so he can get the angle to get the kill off bomb. Now, 1v1, Abuza versus the Iceman.
Well, that's going to slow things down. That's a nade.
Yeah, that's a hell of a nade. Hits him down to 83.
But Accuracy hasn't moved. He is not repositioned. He's locking this in. Now Abuza starting to work his way up, but Accuracy holds it, doesn't jump, doesn't mantle, wins the 1v1.
Woo! 3-0 now for Rocker.
I'm telling you, if I'm in that, I'm somehow climbing on top of this and dying. But Accuracy 7-0. Looking over his teammates, Abuza makes that one interesting.
Dude, I still have grounded mantle on because Warzone sometimes it just lets you can move real faster stuff. But while hopping MP, I'm like, I'm climbing on everything. I guess everything. Oh, that rock? Yeah, let's mantle it. Perfect. Nice, got pissed on. Accuracy, 7-0 now. Fantastic start. And 3-0 for Rocker as well.
And just a very slow round here for both teams. Nobody really overextending. You do have a two-man setup inside a cafe from Linz and Awakening, but they're not going to give. They're going to give that up. So, first 30 seconds, not a lot happening. At least Hook has broken control, so maybe that tells Seattle Surge there's only one towards the B bomb site. That's going to be the call. But Awakening with another first blood.
Far they've been capitalizing on those first bloods. You try to snap if you're Accuracy, but a tough fight versus that rival. So as Accuracy dies, kind of was talking about the importance of the position from Arcees in that last round. You lose your one guy on B. That should be bomb planted. Abuza stuck between two players, can't take one down. And that bomb never goes down. I thought he was going to try to get the plant right after the kill on Accuracy, but they were still trying to clear stuff out, I guess, never actually get it down.
Yeah, I saw the smoke go down from Hoot, but he gets pushed forward. But really, the main focal point was Abuza had a 2-on-1, right? He was getting pushed, so I thought they were going to plant it, but it doesn't happen. It looks like maybe just Arcees was watching Dark. I don't know, was just worried about a push coming in, but doesn't happen.
When he finally went for it, he took some shots, but that's after 15 seconds went by or something.
Yeah, so maybe just trying to play for a kill. Instead, doesn't happen. Yeah, but the Rocker with a response right away. As soon as Accuracy dies B, they just go hunting on the flank.
Yeah, it just feels like your only chance to win that round is to get the bomb planted. Like, it makes things at least a little bit easier. Accuracy, though, he finally dies, but you still get the round victory. Wake with the first blood. They capitalize again. So some of their woes in Search and Destroy. Swinging their way in this one so far. Heavy-handed towards A. Opening fight, it's Linz. Another first blood through. 4-1 for Linz.
I mean, honestly, just to be ready for that. Hoot just literally runs down the middle of the map, just trying to find a timing. Found the timing, but Lin's able to snap, wins the gunfight. Now accuracy going for the jugular.
I don't think Lin's had first bullet. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, Lin's going for it, or sorry, accuracy going for it. Not able to find the kill, but gives them so much map control.
And Vivid gets a kill on the back of that as well, and now Bomb going down. Wake, he's 3-3, but he's had a couple of first bloods to go. And some big plays in that map 1, despite the fact it didn't end up leading to a victory. 3 in a row now for Linz. You have a 4v2. You've been perfect so far. Look at it, add the 5th in. Another one drops. Abuza last up, and he is ripped off the heady. Rocker cruising.
Yeah, I mean, you've just had no response. You try to switch it up there and get aggressive on defense. Hook gets caught. Nobody really there to help him. Then the cruise comes in. You get all the info. Lin's hitting with the rival. But yeah, the first bloods. And anytime there's kind of been a 3 versus 3, Rocker have won it, even after the first blood. They've been moving quickly, especially on their defenses. Always ready to respond from what Seattle Surge is doing.
Already 1 streak used in this. Linz a kill off of 1. Not sure how much it's going to matter, though, as you're up 5-0 and now relying on a full sale of your Surge. Linz, this time MCW out. Lurking and looking to get aggressive. It looks like the pressure mounting over towards Wake, or sorry, Accuracy and Vivid. Towards that B side of things. They've got 2 here. Accuracy gets picked. Only his 2nd death, but it's an early one, which gives advantage to Seattle Surge. Now you're Vivid, so much to do. I think maybe the hip fire headshot hits from Hook. He drops, and Seattle Surge get a win. That's 1. You just go round by round now.
Yeah, and again, Hook able to find accuracy on the B street. I mean, you have the 2-man setup there from Minnesota Rocker, but it just gets cut down, and that's just due to Hook. Finds 2 headshots in the round.
Yeah, it just doesn't don't slow him down at all.
No.
You got 2 there, which is great. I'm not sure they get a whole lot of damage and just kind of get fried.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as accuracy gets taken down, Vivid just in broken. Like, that's you always trade it out.
Can Surge rip off 6 straight? Seems impossible, improbable based on how good Rocker have been so far, but remember, Surge have yet to lose on this map. Maybe a miracle in the making. Map 1 was filled with a wild ebb and flow of who got going. Maybe they'll turn it on. A little bit different, usually Search versus Respawn in that regard, but you never know.
You never know. Why not just put it out into the world, Maeve, you know?
Yeah.
You should let it happen, but there we go. It starts with Hook.
It's not over till the fat Maven sings. That's what they say.
You got a great singing voice.
Finally, first blood for Surge. Haven't had too many to work with back-to-back rounds. Maybe you can put another W on the board.
Well, it's really Hook that's gotten going. He's just gotten loose.
Yeah. I mean,
sort of down 0-5. It's like, I'll just make plays happen. He's going to make plays. He's going to find 3 in the round. Hook the nuke starting to cook.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, sometimes you get a little aggressive in a round. You get caught, like you lose that gunfight versus Lin. Some people maybe, I don't know, you pull the leash back a little bit, slow down. Hook, nope. I'm still hitting it.
Yeah.
Still making plays.
No one else is going to do it. I will. Sees open it up their attacking round, opens up their defensive round. Let's just see if he can keep it up.
Well, it felt like, honestly, like a lot of those rounds early on were just very kind of standard, very slow. Like, I don't know, it seems like Hook his whole career just kind of wants to get the wheels going, make things messy. And he's been able to do that where they couldn't really disrupt anything Rocker was trying to do in the early rounds. Can you get another first blood? Can you get a streak maybe if you are Hook?
Yeah, here you see the change-up accuracy, kind of playing the more default position on B. Is going to have some help from Vivid looking over him. Just going to rotate back and forth, but Hook not going to find a first blood on the player on tank or broken. Now the nades are coming out, but there's a trophy set up. Good job, trophy.
Smoke comes out, pressure now to accuracy.
Holy one move.
Starts getting tagged through the smoke, but it's Vivid that's able to get the first blood. Accuracy able to stay alive. It felt like he was getting one way big time there for a moment, but now it's just on 2. It's Hook and Arcity. So you still have Hook in this one, and he's been making plays. Can he get that streak? Will it even matter? There it is.
It might
winning
matter.
the gunfights, bro. 6 in a row. Headshot again.
Yeah, so the problem is when you call in this cruise, when you come out of this, there's not going to be a lot of time. Now, can accuracy stay alive? No,
Run!
He's going to be able to back up to
Lamar, run!
No, he will not. But here we go, 12 seconds. And well, Vivid's going to spot one. Can he spot this second? RC's just right through dark. Not going to happen. So Hook earns the streak. Big one-on-one versus Awakening. Gets it to him. And here we go. 3 in a row for Surge.
Honestly, I thought Accuracy had time to like, get ice cream.
That's what I thought, but he pushed forward.
Yeah. There was like a couple of seconds where he kind of cut that over to ice cream and just enough.
Well, I think the comms were RC's was getting aggressive B tank, so he couldn't get away.
True, yeah. By the time he tried, though, too late, and he gets dropped. Okay, it was 5-0, and now 5-3. And now, I mean, have you been in a spot like this? When do you start to sweat if you're a rocker?
I'm sweating.
You're sweating?
Yeah. Back on attack.
Well, and based on how their series have gone so far this stage, like you're sweating your ass off. Pit stains showing.
Yeah, no, they're sweating a bit, but still going to take
another first blood.
A big effort, but Brezzy, as you said, first blood onto Vivid.
All the first bloods, all the success for Rocker early. And now you rip and you roar back into this one of your Seattle Surge. Can you get a hold here defensively? You get caught. Lynn's able to get the kill. Now Hook, who's been vibing over these last couple rounds.
Yeah, he's going to get isolated out. You have 3 players. Nobody's looking over Hook mid-tank. Abusa was not watching the angle. 3 players just fly on through. After the first blood, we're doing 2-on-2. Bomb being planted.
That's a hell of a gunfight win there. Accuracy, who started 7-0, been blended up a little bit as of late. To the 2v2 we go. Eyes on players. If you're RC's able to stay up, wins the fight.
I love this because Awakening may not think that he's on the bomb, right? But RC's going to catch him as soon as he steps forward. It's a little bit scary as Hook and Brezzy get caught. But the ARs, who have been fantastic this qualifier for Surge, keep them alive.
Honestly, both were like tough gunfight wins. Like, you think about the one with Abusa, you have the Accuracy kind of heady. He got tagged up, but he's able to win it after they both kind of like take a breather and then start to chow again. RC's is holding there, but he almost gets zapped.
Well, yeah, what I was thinking, the player, Awakening, Abusa could be on it, right? So sooner or later, he's got to check this.
He has to move. Like, he doesn't have the luxury of laying there like RC's does. At least for, 7.5. 4 in a row now for Surge. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs.
I haven't had those in a while.
Neither have I.
Probably 20 years, but Lynn's.
Things are probably
maybe finding the opening.
Finally a first blood.
Yeah, just gets aggressive right through the front of DVD. Doesn't open any of the doors. They've not really attacked much Seattle Surge. Ooh. But not ready for Hook. But there is the quick trade.
Thought it was back to a 3v3, but yeah, the quick trade in from Awakening. It's on Abusa and RC's again. They just clutched up in the 2 versus 3. Can they do it again? A little bit different, though, when you're on offense. Is bombs down that B street, and you've got a turret there in Accuracy. Hits the nade.
Oh, it connects. The stun connects as well. But Vivid, he's going to get the info. And there we go. Oh. Vivid puts a shot in. Awakening with the burst. And Awakening shuts down the round. Puts Rocker at 6.
Yeah, you're smiling now, Vivid, but you were sweating, bro.
Yeah, stretch it out.
Yeah, you kind of gotta laugh that one off and have some smiles because it got a little nerve-wracking. You see, like Lynn's, like Lynn's and Vivid had the definition like that nervous smile, like, woo! Maybe we got away with one there.
No matter what, it's always gonna be a tough match, I guess.
Yeah. Oh God, up 5-0, 4 straight for Surge, but then you close it out if you are Rocker. A big first blood there for Lynn's. And finally, I don't know, you kind of slow Hook down. He just had that rampage. I mean, he's been one of the players over the years that when he hits his 5th gear, or whatever you want to call it, he is hard to stop. He had his moment in the middle of that game.
Yeah, I mean, Brezzy had 425 damage, so not a lot happening there.
You know, it's funny, when Brezzy got a kill, when he got that first blood, I almost like made a joke about it. That's the first time I've seen Brezzy's name. Like, I forgot he was like in this map too, because he didn't seem involved in any fight like that we went to. Like when we were hopping around, like he wasn't in any of the fights. Yeah, it was a tough map. Yeah, 400 damages. He was chilling.
Yeah, and who's had 2,500 with a rifle?
Yeah.
A rifle. That man was moving. But, hey, Rocker, they go up 5-0. It's a little hairy, but, hey, tie the series up at 1.
Listen, a map win's a map win, but you really like that you're able, or really hope that you're able to win the series, just with the struggles that you've had if you're Rocker. But again, like, the story for me is still a Surge team. With all their woes, with all the memes that you've had about this team, there still is the chance that you might get a winner's bracket berth, which 2 weeks ago seems insane. Like, Joe, if I asked you 2 weeks ago if Seattle Surge had any chance of winner's bracket,
I'd tell you no, last week, probably.
Yeah, but they got one win. They got a chance for another here. We'll see if they can do it. Still sitting in the top 6 of the overall CDL standings. Map 3, up after the break, folks.
Upgrade your game with the Scuff, the official controller of the Call of Duty League. Slice up your competition with the Executive Chef Operator, now available in-game in the Call of Duty store. The Call of Duty League is brought to you by Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL.
Favorite thing I've ever bought with my CDL earnings? Probably my house.
Favorite thing I bought with my CDL earnings? Favorite thing I've ever bought from my CDL earnings? Vacations to like different places, Europe, Hawaii, other places like that. Probably a nice chair, really nice chair.
Probably my car, Mercedes AMG GLE 53.
My Europe trip. And I bought my car.
I would say I bought a car recently in the off season. I just bought a brand new 2024 BMW M3 Competition.
Down payment on my new house I just got.
Probably a house. I got a house last year in Dallas, so I'll definitely say that.
I'd probably say my car, my Tesla.
Favorite thing I bought with my CDL earnings? Well, there's a lot, so it's a lot of CDL earnings and a lot of prizes. I'd say probably helping my mom buy a car.
The best thing that I've done with my money is pay off on my school debt.
I mean, the most recent thing that to me is probably my favorite is like this necklace.
I bought this limited edition Dior backpack, or Louis Vuitton backpack, sorry, but it got stolen recently.
Probably my car. I have a Nissan GTR.
My favorite thing that I bought was CDL earnings. I'm a big car guy. I have 2 cars. I have a 2011 BMW M3 that I bought from Nate Shot. Shout out Matthew Hag. And then I have a 2020 Mercedes E63S AMG.
Can't beat me up cause I'm back in my zone now. Cause I'm back in my zone now. Back in my zone now.
Ballin' can't beat me up cause I'm back in my zone now. Back in my zone now.
Who's the most likely to team kill?
All of my teammates, probably all of them. They team kill me with a nades, like probably like, I'd say 3 or 5 times, like 3 to 5 times a day, each.
Standy.
MC. KJ with frag grenades every day.
And for sure. That might be me.
Dashi.
Me, for sure. With the nade every time.
Oh, most likely the team kill has gotta be Dan Ghosty.
Ghosty.
Ghosty. Ghosty.
Ghosty. Unfortunately.
A lot of people saying ghosty there with the team nades, but yeah, no, we've all been victim of that. We've all also done it as well, Joe.
Yeah, it happens with the frags, right? I mean, a lot of the games you're throwing semtexes, but the frags, yeah, that's just part of it.
Well, we get ready now to head towards our second major on the year. We've had some incredible action to get us to this point. Just another week of matches. Then we head to Major II. We're headed to Miami. I can't wait. We've been to Florida a couple times for events. It's going to be a blast. Weather will be a lot warmer here than Columbus, Ohio, I'm sure. But who's going to take it away? I don't know. Like, I feel like there's always some kind of surprise these major. Our top 4 feels so solidified, but who the hell knows once we get to the major?
Yeah, I mean, we know these 2 teams are going to go on a run Major 1, but it happens.
Yeah, like somebody is.
So you never know. But yeah, it definitely feels like the top 4. I mean, we were thinking that though, but then New York lost 2 series to start the major, so you never know, as you said.
Yeah.
But get your tickets. See us there.
Oh, it's going to be a beautiful time. Joe and I holding hands, walking around Miami.
Maybe.
Romantic.
Might be a little too hot for that.
Yeah.
I want your sweaty hands. There you can see 5-2 for Minnesota Rocker, 2-5 for Surge. And this has been one of the, the best mode for Rocker throughout the qualifiers, 3-2 in their last 5. So they have been solid here in these games 3.
You battle back. After the map 1 loss, you win the search. Now can you take an edge?
Really, they're 3-2. One of those lost that optic loss, right? They should be 4-1.
You get a real slow start in the map 1. We'll see if you can come out a bit stronger here. And a respawn, granted it was Skid Row, but...
Yes, it's much stronger here. I mean, they have already Seattle Surge 30 seconds off the clock, pinned in their spawn.
We'll see if Surge can get out of this. Vivid wants no part of it. Is he be able to tally another? Hook and RC is the only one with kills. Accuracy still cutting them down. Vivid gets another. Yeah, you have not gotten anywhere. Finally, maybe an opening towards B as you'll get towards red and get control. If you are Hook, they get to kill on the other side of it too and get towards A. Now it's kind of open, maybe on both sides. I guess not, Joe.
Yeah, not gonna hear it. Yeah, I mean, there was just so many players over there for Surge. Thought maybe with Brezzy coming off spawn, maybe he hears those footsteps. Probably just thinks it's a teammate above him. But a nice shot from Abuza, and as you said, Hook was able to get out B side. That kind of forced the rotation from Rocker, allowed them to come off a spawn Seattle Surge and get out to A. But he's causing problems, Hook.
He absolutely is. They're finally able to swing on him, but that's going to be basically all of A done. He creates enough chaos, like Arcees gets there. He gets a little help. He's able to take out one, then a second. Brezzy tries to swing into things, but unfortunately he's basically in a 1-on-4 as everybody's grouped up there. Now if you're Seattle, yes, you got a little rhythm to your game, but slow it down, group up, time to focus on the next point, because you were on clamp still about 30 seconds left.
Yeah, I thought maybe with the close red spawns, but it doesn't come in, so I thought they were just going to fly, but now 2 dead. 1 player pushed up in Lin's inside a ticket, does find 1. Will slow things down here, but comes the rest a Surge, so a nice job by Rocker to slow this attack down.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times we see it's sort of that chaos, and when you have the red spawn, just hit.
Yeah, that's what you have to do.
Opening, but like, they were going a little 1 by 1 kind of after that. I got a little worried they were just going to throw away a bunch of lives, but things just kind of solidified now. Hook stays up. You get your 4th player spawning red. Then he has 1 HP, so he's dancing with death. They'll wait for Hook to get back to full, and now you get your first kind of real setup and look at it, but as I say that, Abuza gets picked.
Yeah, and Lin's just off spawn, just kind of worried with, well, how slow this attack just sort of started. He was worried about a full flank, so he's watching the dumpster hop, but all 4 players from Rocker are here. This is a very turtled setup. There's nobody really pushed out, doesn't matter. Vivid finds 3. Now he's going to get here. Not going to be ready for that, though. Somehow Abuza gets that close red spawn, so now an opening for Surge. Don't think you should get that spawn, but...
Listen, you're never out of it as Karachi. Sometimes it's gifted. There's been some nutty ones. RC still staying alive at the point. The blender starts. It's a mix around the point. 4 seconds to go. Not sure if anybody's going to get there because accuracy's able to get shots in. I mean, it turns into something to get 1 point at least because it didn't look like you were getting anything early if you were Seattle, but not a real threat there towards the next point.
No, honestly, the only player who could really get to the point was Hook early on. You just never got there. You never made it messy, had any trades. Could maybe force Minnesota Rocker to have to hop over the back alley dumpster, but so a good job from Rocker on defense. An accuracy 9-2. Vivid up to 10.
Yeah, outside of that hard point, accuracy's had really nice starts. 7-0 in the search and destroy, 9-2 here. Granted, it's on defense. Now it gets a little bit trickier on the offensive side of things, but him and Vivid, a big part of why it was slow for them to start and a big part of why they closed them down at the end. Abusa just finding, okay. All 4 are gone, and now it's your turn if you are Seattle Surge to lock things tight.
Wow, I mean, yeah, what a snap from Abusa on both players,
right?
But he gets taken down. So Vivid's kind of opened up Junkyard. They're not ready for the second. That's RC's playing top balcony, and he's just able to find one, and now he has to play his life. On the other side of the map, though, Brezzy with the Rival 9 gets aggressive. So they have really maintained map control here. I guess the one good thing is you got Linz out junk, so you can kind of see Surge. They're worried about somebody pushing over to B.
Well, kind of, I mean, Hook, that's sort of how Hook got that, right? Like, he got that one kill to sort of hit towards B. A Lens Ops to just sort of chill, wait. Maybe get them kind of looking around a little bit. Maybe get a freebie as they start to poke, but it doesn't turn into that. Brezzy's actually able to pick up Lens. You get on to A, though, and stop the clock for now with 37 left as Hook goes hunting bridge side. Should be in behind 1.
Yeah, he's just going to find accuracy, looking over his teammate. Vivid has been the only player here on this 8 point, and now he's going to have a lot to deal with. So one tick comes in, and Vivid knows, yeah, all my teammates died. But doesn't matter. He's winning gunfights. His teammate had 1 HP. Brezzy, there we go. Enough help for Vivid to get him to this second tick.
Listen, he was doing his best to get the moves on without snaking. He was trying to stay up, and he does just that. Now just trying to finish this off. It's almost there. Accuracy in now, and they'll get the point. So, I mean, similar to what we saw in the first round, kind of. You know, you have them locked up defensively. They find an opening. Eventually, they'll take advantage and get through. You got 90 seconds to work with, but we'll see if they can do what Seattle Surge couldn't, and that's attack this B point.
Yeah, you have that 5 life advantage if you are Seattle Surge. Abusa with a nice stun off spawn, so you have the info that Linz is pushing back alley. And now you have 2 players dead, 1 player off spawn, and Hook. What is his timing going to be like? Not great for him. Nice shots from Linz, 1 HP, and you have a player on the point.
Yeah, he just pops up on him coming out of that slide and wins it.
1
and
HP
then 1
again?
HP. Yeah, this guy's 1 HP and a dream as he has got somebody looking over him from above as he's just barely stayed up. Lid's making the plays. And now you have the second bit of progress done. 2 kills though through for Surge. A chance to collapse here. We'll see if Len's got more magic in him.
He might just have enough. Him and Vivid have finessed so well through this attacking round. Vivid on A, now doing it on B. Linz is still there, and there we go. Rocker, take it.
Yeah, I mean, to what? To get B done, it was kind of some magic there from Vivid, just dancing, staying alive, getting a couple kills until the help could come through, and then, I mean, if you don't win that first gunfight against Hook with 1 HP, I don't know if any of that happens.
Probably not.
Because that leads to like 3 more kills for him. Like 1 HP the difference. And back-to-back gunfights.
And a huge shield too is accuracy as he was rotating over to B. He found Brezzy on the pinch. That was kind of the one saving grace maybe for Surge. To just find the opening kill was him through red, but accuracy just jumped right on him. So 16 and 8. But Vivid, I mean, what a round from him. Both points, finessing, playing his life. He's the reason they got A done. Got them to B. Then him and Linz
just
in and out.
Exactly. Just
finessing.
Dancing, finessing, staying up. Beautifully done. Vivid trying to do that again, but Brezzy takes his wig off this time. Took at the point. Accuracy able to push that out for now. You're up 2-0. You're feeling good now if you're Rocker. Trying to make that map 1 loss a distant memory. There's a chance to peel off back-to-back, but Hook's headshots with the Rival have been, I don't know, it feels like over the course of this series, yeah, 50% headshot rate. Like
feels out. I mean, map 2, yeah, he had a stretch there where it just felt like every single one on Invasion was a headshot kill. Does it again, but Abusa, we saw Vivid do it. Now it is his turn, but a nade will connect, so RC's gonna have to rotate on A.
You got to answer here. Obviously, if you were Seattle Surge, you're going to push this map a little bit deeper. Ooh, that one gets away from you a little bit. If you're Brezzy, Vivid then drops right under your iron sight. He takes him out. Take a deep breath after that gunfight, but you get the point. Now, he did it more successfully this time, obviously. You got 2 minutes to work with. Lives-wise, you're up. You just never really got a good shot here at B.
Yeah, and I mean, Hook has the right idea. There was a player pushed on out junk side, and well, at least gets the info. And now that's going to give them that close red spawn that we talk about. But a nade, just a dead nade on the ground, and it connect. So slow things down. And accuracy finds 2 behind that, but it's still some pressure here Over to Hoop, but what a play from accuracy. He finds 3 on the push. It starts with the nade.
Yeah, right, just laying there, just stomping right onto it, drops, and then follows it up with multiple. Vivid going big again as his Simtax able to take out 2, and Wake right there with him, but Wake, I mean, he hasn't really been needed too much throughout this. He's got 8 kills. It feels like it's just been accuracy going clutch. Vivid's had his moments, and that sequence from Linz. Awakening had some brilliant moments in the map 1 that they lost, but it's the other 3 really carrying the load right now.
Yeah, still 11 versus 11, getting those close spawns and putting the pressure on has Seattle Surge, but that will slow things down. There's 3 players going to go down for Seattle Surge.
Yeah, and that's the last spawn. Brezzy just sort of dying by himself, and now you try to set things up again. Pushing Linz back. Good job. Just a little clean hop through the window, repositioning, giving yourself a favor in the gunfight. He'll get ripped through the bus. 30 seconds to go. Wake still playing for the back. Eddie, it's RC's kind of buddy hopping deep. He's trying to fight. You get him down to 5 HP, but you're still standing strong right now if you're Rocker.
Yeah, this has been impressive. Both of these rounds have not allowed a tick on the B. And it's sort of just been right here. You're getting the close red spawns if you're Surge. It's kind of what you want at times. But even when it gets into a position where you're down a man, they are holding strong. They win both defensives cleanly over at B. Now they're up 2-1.
Yeah, it just felt like those moments when they needed the turtle, they did it so well. Like, it was clean.
Yeah, I don't know if it's one of those things where Surge, obviously you're spawning close red, but I don't know if someone needs to take a long route, try to get through back alley, try to get top AC, just something a little bit different.
Yeah, because they never, like, you know how once you get a kill or 2, and then just the mess starts, and then it's just a minute of people racing towards B. They never really got that.
Never.
Like, it just felt like you never once had like a 3 dead scenario if you were Rocker on the defensive side once you were to B. As we take a look through the stats, and they pop off the page for you.
I mean, accuracy 19 non-traded, and then Vivid 21. And again, props to Vivid, especially on that attack round, but he goes 25 and 16. I think just his ability alongside Linz to finesse their lives with the rivals have been huge.
And as much as I was joking around with Wake, one of those games where, yeah, you put up 10, but the damage right there with the rest of the squad. It's like, yeah, now he's not in first, but it's kind of crazy how that plays out sometimes.
It's just how it is in the MCWs.
Yeah.
We saw it yesterday with Ken.
Yeah.
I mean, you're just the one putting shots in, leading to some freebies, some double kills for your SMGs. Or triples if you are Vivid, but it was just kind of this spot right around the bus area that Minnesota Rocker controlled so well.
And like that kind of sequence where, you know, you kind of wipe everybody off. You had Vivid and Linz in the point, and like, you know, the defense is trying to scramble to retake. Like, you'd have to retake really once if you were Rocker. Like, there were some contest points where Hoop got in, but there was never like that full retake.
No,
you
never.
just always had a presence there. And that just makes me think the comms were very good from them on the defensive side. Then also from what you said, maybe you had to try something a little bit different offensively, or it was a little too slow. I know a couple times like the push got slowed down because I don't know, Brezzy like was kind of ahead of everybody and died, and it sort of reset stuff, or like who got hit by a nade and delayed stuff a couple seconds. We waited to get back to full, but I don't know. It just never really got to make it messy.
Yeah, or if you're just Seattle Surge, it just comes down to that map pick, right? I mean, high-rise control gets vetoed out by Minnesota Rocker. That has been Minnesota's best control at now 6-2, and you're seeing why. So that's just how it goes.
If you're Seattle, you're still battling, trying to get into maybe a winner's bracket. You just have one win, but you know, due to the fact that Rocker don't have any victories, due to the fact that it's been so heavy kind of on the top side, you still have a chance to get into the winner's side of things, but a loss here makes it even more difficult. And if you're Rocker, God, you just want a damn win.
You want to get rid of, yeah, I don't even know. Just turn things around, showing into the major.
It's just been a test, like a test. You know, you get 4th of the first major, you probably don't expect to be 0-5 now in the Major II qualifier. But we talk about our holding comparison now as we head into another hard point, Joe. Thoughts for me there?
I mean, the number right there is fantastic for Surge, but what are they, 1-5 in hardpoint Major II quals?
That's what Ant kind of said. He's like, I don't know where we're getting these stats from, but like, well, it's kind of tricky with hold percentage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks real great there, but yeah, you break percentage can be so poor, you know. Other parts of your hardpoint game can be so bad. That's like the one thing that looks positive. But yeah, when you're, what do you say, 1-4, 1-5 in hardpoint?
Yeah, 1-5 now.
That doesn't mean a whole lot.
Well, actually, they won the first map, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 2-4.
There we go. Okay. We got there together. Now, Rocker, you think like with how many game 5s you've had, like you're really just thinking, boys, can we just win this? Can we win this series here?
Let's stay away from it.
Can we just win the sub base and just call it a day?
That's probably what they want to do. Now we're going to a sub base, definitely a more comfortable map for Seattle Surge. We've seen it time and time again for them. 1-3 on the other side, sub base for Rocker. It's 0-4. So
doesn't it sort of seem like though in the past? You know, I've talked about this. You've had teams that go to a ton of game 5s. You have a bad online stretch, but then you go make an okay run at the major. And that I'm thinking more back when it was like kind of double win for everyone, where you didn't have, you know, so many in the winners, so many in losers. That's a whole different conversation. But like some of those teams where you had all these long, like gutsy series, you didn't show up and make a run in a major.
I mean, nobody's going to want to drop down to play Rocker.
No, absolutely not.
So, you know, depending on how these seeds play out, Rocker knows how good they still can be. They're just trying to get a W in the column for this qualifying stage.
And a lot of teams, if you're 0-5, you know, you're thinking team change, but like they've been, it's like you see how good they can be. Yeah. It's so frustrating to see them at 0-5 when you know what they're capable of. But the fact is, that's where it stands. So if you're Surge, you're trying to push this to a map 5. The bane of a Minnesota Rocker's existence. If you're a Rocker, you want this done, and you want this done on sub base badly.
Yeah, nice start here for Rocker, control in the middle of the map, but that will be 3 dead. Awakening, he knows the push coming in here soon, so able to find the opening 18 seconds, trying to catch a player sprinting towards him, but not able to do so. So Surge bounce on back, trying to get set up and put some pressure on this P2 area.
I deleted Abuza. Just, yeah, head is gone.
I think Awakening was surprised.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he was. RC's on 5 in a row already to start, so he's quickly close to some streaks. Linz trying to take the fight with maybe multiple players here in a second as Hook pushes, but just keeping them at bay with the shots. RC's still up. We'll see if he's able to get that streak. Kind of see him in the background now. His chance now to get it.
Yeah, I know they get a couple of kills, and with RC's in this spot, they're going to spawn Rocker out. Abuza spawns behind one player, so freebie for him. And where is the streak? There it is. Now going to try to get on this time. Can he find number 7? RC's is beaming.
Sometimes, like, the movement from sure the other POV with him kind of on the stairwell looks insane, but as he's beaming, they answer right back. Flurry of headshots there from Linz, and you break on through. If you are Minnesota Rocker, you get the streak on Seattle Surge, but now some time for Rocker as we're up 15.
And I think Linz was the player that Abuza spawns behind, kills him, and I think Linz ends up spawning closer to P2, which then leads to the break right there. So, hey, you'll take that if you are Rocker. It leads to some scrap time.
Listen, Rocker are all too familiar with sub-base and spawns and how they can be frustrating if you think back to their series with Optic and a loss. That's for sure. Brezzy, multiple there. Early time to Seattle. Close man, point man will be Vivid with a slow start here, but just kind of waiting for his teammates to maybe pounce, but Brezzy's cut them off mid-map to make sure they can't get involved. Now he wants to pounce. There's the peek, but it's a shoulder from Abuza. Keeps him at bay, and then he wins the gunfight.
Yeah, and that's just nice comms, right? We're looking for Vivid, and where's Vivid at? And Abuza just throws a bit of a shoulder, but accuracy somehow from Tunnel finds 3 to break that setup up.
Yeah, it's like he hit the tail end of the time. It's like Linz with a multi-kill. This time it's accuracy. He gets traded out pretty much right after that.
Yeah,
yeah, you get right back in control here if you're Surge.
Look what this does, though, right? It kind of traps them all the way back here now. Flips map control. Because if they find accuracy Tunnel, they probably start to push out middle of the map 50-yard line. Now they're going to have to work all the way across the map, similar to what we just saw for Rocker.
No, that's a good point, because that's like it's one of those triples that it seems like it doesn't lead to much for accuracy because they don't get much point in that particular hard point, but it's about the next step. Allows them to get a little more comfort, a little more breathing room on your next hard point. You hear the streak coming in from Arcedes. That's able to get accuracy out of the point. Brezzy waiting in the water, looking to hit the ladder. Tries to do it with the pistol. Not going to work. His big wake is there. Arcedes still triple positive.
Yeah, you're hoping the Trues leads to a break, though, but a nice read from Awakening. And Brezzy was trying to time it. Just with the kill going in, maybe you're trying to find one more kill with a player rotating into the hill, but Abuza does get here alongside of Hook, so you'll find the final 20 seconds here at this P4, but now it's all about this rotation over to P5. Accuracy in that spot, and Brezzy's going for some spawn kills.
Nice shots. As you said, accuracy will be there. Still has a teammate at Old and Awakening. It'll really be him and Linz that are up close and personal. Right to the point goes Linz. He's able to get a kill through mid. His Awakening who tallies on another. Accuracy then in to soak up time. But the pressure is here early from Surge, but Linz doing everything he can. He gets 2. Vivid with the 3rd. Now you send Surge back to spawn.
Yeah, I mean, Brezzy goes for those kills, right? Those spawn kills all the way sort of back P3. But what that does, that spawns the players up near the old hill. And they weren't looking for it. So Rocker, they just gotta take that side of the map away from Seattle Surge. So this has been a very clean hold here. Now a 40-point lead.
See if they can keep capitalizing on this. 4 in a row now for Linz. Building towards streaks. Trying to get eyes on Varsity. He's able to do that. 5, 6 is a gimme. Cruz comes in quickly. You saw the Cruz use from RC, didn't lead to a break. We'll see if maybe it can for Rocker. And if it leads to a big moment, you've already got, what, a 60-point advantage. It could be a big one. Some nice damage into Hook, but can't quite win it.
Yeah, the other side of the map, you do have a couple players from Surge trying to break on through. Spawns are there, though, for Rocker, so they'll just reinforce. Nobody really on the time, but Rocker's cool with playing that. And Brezzy, you hear the slide, Awakening with the snap.
Minnesota, they are trying to close this out desperately. 0-4 in map 5s of the course of this stage. Just want it done. They want it done now. They've got the advantage. We'll see if they can close it out. Let's go to Listen In with Minnesota Rocker.
No, they're shooting me. Show me right. Show me right. I'm probably gonna die.
Top B2, one bullet, Booza. Top B2, one bullet.
Back rig. Who? Back rig. That's him. Top B2 dead. Oh my god. I'm going class. Once you tunnel maybe. Fuck, I died from the. You died for sure. Go for Alvin Reggie. Many. Go for Reggie. Nice. My god. I'm looking at the P5. I'm on the AC route. AC with the Booza. AC went office. Hybrid low glass kinda. I'm in. Midbox me, Coop. One more low P5 tank. P1 Brezzy, really. I'm just staying alive. They're not on shit. They can be anywhere. There's 2 front.
I'll get your pin.
There's 3 front.
Go take on me.
I spawn behind them.
Mid lane Brezzy weak. Mid lane Brezzy weak, okay? He's really weak.
I have your G2 up.
Brezzy's mid lane. Let's get Brezzy mid lane.
I'm playing new. They're gonna be with me right now. They're all front. Do it. Alex in tunnel. One tunnel. 1 TP. Ben.
He's gonna get the time.
In the red room.
Come on mid.
That's not him. That's
hitting G2, top G2 right now.
I'm trying to have it. This is your time.
It's a big kill.
He's dead.
Nice.
Alex is me or outright. Alex is me right or
I'm going top glass.
outright.
I could pinch him off AC.
I tried something right.
He's not top PC.
Stop.
Well, you really saw the power of the Cruz there. It's like it was great for Rocker throughout that entire stretch. Comms were on point. They were frying. Maybe an opening window for Surge for a moment. Linz takes out 2 with the Cruz. They're right back into the point.
Well, really what they wanted to do with the Cruz is Rocker had 1 player pushed on through. They actually wanted to spawn them behind and give them a rotation for free to this hill. Pretty much close the game out. But that player dies as soon as Linz gets in the Cruz, so he just opts to go for the double. But as you said, it was a very clean hold. Surge now desperation mode here at P3.
Well, they've gotten into the backside of it now. You still have Vivid and Awakening here trying to win some fights. Abuza still standing tall, but that entire Listen-In was just dominant from Rocker. You blew it wide open. They were up about 40. Next thing you know, they're up 100. Trying desperately not to see that map 5 just get the series victory here. Next hard point's coming. Seattle Surge are there. Rocker will need a break to get the victory here.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the scoreboard. I mean, doesn't seem that crazy. Like Surge would be down 120, but they are. Just to the teamwork of Rocker, just forcing them to spawn out, get full control of the hill. A chance here for Surge towards this P4. For Rocker, no, just 17 points away from getting a W. Their first of the Major II Qualifiers.
Yeah, no, I mean, the slang was relatively even, right? Like, consider the scoreline. You are not wrong, but you're still battling, still fighting, still standing tall. If you are Seattle Surge, looking to push this the distance if you can. The team fire on point. Hook is able to get the kill. Accuracy trying around the edge. and he's able to take him out as well. So far, so good, but now is really the big moment. You get that perfect hold you need. Gets away from Brezzy there as Lynch drop shots him, but
yeah, and you'd love to have that. Just now, look what this turns into. Because if he finds that kill, Brezzy then has an angle on Awakening instead. He does not. Top office control and P5 control all over to Rocker. So Abuza and Seattle Surge have to fly at this.
Gotta go. 10 points now needed for Rocker. Abuza with the opening pick. Brezzy's nade will hit. Wanted the tank. Accuracy's got to drop. Slide out, can't win it. Vivi gets one. Brezzy has to deal with the people on the cross. The pre-fire comes in. He runs out of bullets. Maybe to deal with Lamar, but you get them out of the point for now. Not for long, though. Lynn's right back into it. Map is done. You finally get a series win if you're Rocker. Now map 5. They close it out. I'm sure they needed that one.
Yeah, just for their morale.
Yeah.
You see the smiles there from Lynn's, from Vivid. On the other side of Seattle Surge, I feel like in the control there were some moments where they just didn't capitalize, and then in this hard point, the same thing. It was such a close battle, but Minnesota Rocker out-rotated them, outplayed them when it mattered most.
They absolutely did. Listen, we thought Rock were going to win this one. Yep. Despite the 0-5 record on the year, they've been the better team. You get a fantastic effort there with 21 untraded, 4,000 damage if you're Lynn's. Hell of a map. I mean, the Search and Destroy, if you don't go in a 5-0 hole, maybe you bring it back if you're Surge, you get a map win. This series looks a little bit different, but you're able to close it out, able to clutch up when it matters if you're a Rocker. And just get it done in 4.
I mean, it was a tie game at P4.
Yeah, it's like we had the next 2 points, and right around the 140-88, I think is when we went to a listen-in, right around there, and then it was just literally clamps. This Rocker get all the time. There was nothing really for Seattle through the course of that listen-in.
There was not. There you can see, starts off with a great hardpoint win. It was a back-and-forth battle on Skid Row. Seattle Surge able to win it, but then